Welcome back to event number 3 of 6 events in the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating, Gelsenkirchen, Germany, inside the Emscher Lippel Hall. Nations Cup continues, and the ice dancers get their turn now. The original dance straight ahead, and through 2 events in the Grand Prix of Skating, you've got Anasina and Pezerol with the overall lead, the reigning world champions from France, but they're tied with Fusar-Poli and Margaglio of Italy, who are skating here in Germany. Terry, Gannon, Susie, Wynne back with you, and it's always nice to see a bit of rivalry in ice dance and be able to watch that. That's what we've got here. Fusar-Poli and Margaglio of Italy. They are the world silver medalist, and last year they really overtook the 4-time world bronze medalist from Canada, Shae-Lynn, Bourne, and Victor Kraatz, and there is no love lost between those 2 teams.
That's for sure, Terry. The rivalry really started to brew last year at the Cup of Russia when the Italians overtook the Canadians. The Canadians were very vocal about their disappointment in the results, but their real problem is that they were knee-deep in a coaching situation that concentrated less on the skating and more on the politics of dancing. So Bourne and Kraatz made a change. They're now working with Tatiana Tarasova. But here's the catch. Tarasova also works and trains the Italians. So they, on occasion, train together. So it seems like this rivalry may be loosening up a bit, but I don't believe it. They're both very hungry, very competitive. So my take on the whole rivalry is to be continued.
Yeah, don't believe it. The same coach, it's like Duke in North Carolina being coached by Mike Krzyzewski at the same time. It just doesn't work out. But the standings after the compulsory dance, the Italians, Fusar-Poli and Margaglio in the lead over the reigning world bronze medalists from Lithuania, Drobiazko and Vanagas, then the Canadians, Bourne and Kraatz. And here is the team that made a big move last season. Margarita, Drobiazko, Povilas, Vanagas of Lithuania, as I mentioned, the reigning world bronze medalists.
These 2 have great energy, but you'll see they're opening up with a Charleston and go into a quick step. So the rhythm throughout is very fast.
Ice dancing, of course, the only discipline where the skaters have to compete in 3 phases of the competition. Compulsory dance, this the original dance, 2.5 minutes long, worth 30% of the overall score. And then, of course, it ends up with the free dance.
This is one of the required elements, the straight line footwork. At Skate America, they had a bit of a fall right in here. Not this time.
They started the season off right at Skate America, the first of the Grand Prix series. A silver medal there in Colorado Springs.
There are 2 required footwork sequences. One is the straight line. This is the diagonal in closed position. 2 lifts and a dance spin. Very sharp. They really have great energy, great flow and speed. Well done.
It's a frantic 2.5 minutes, isn't it?
Sure is.
Margarita and Povilas became husband and wife on June 4th in Moscow. And they're skating, well, they keep climbing the ladder. Incredible year last season. They jumped over a number of teams, and here they are as the reigning world bronze medalists. Good start to this season.
Here in the footwork, really watch their feet and the unison between them. They have nice speed, nice flair, and here these are turns on 1 foot, twizzles. They're both very good skaters. And they have great lifting ability. This lift is difficult because of all the different changes. You can see here she's wrapped around his waist, and there's a lot of momentum that's created here. Great control. Looks fun, too.
The first mark for the composition. 5-7.
Now, the marks in the original dance, 2 sets as always, but the first set is for composition and the second set for presentation. First set in the 5.4 up to, 5.7 range.
Well, I think the 5.4s are a little bit low. It looks like those 2 judges are holding down the Lithuanian team.
And now the marks for presentation, 5.4 as well, the low mark, but up to a couple of 5.8s, in fact, 3 of them for Drobiazko and Vanagas of Lithuania. When we come back, the 4-time world bronze medalists from Canada take the ice. Shae-Lynn Bourne and Viktor Kraatz are next.
Next couple to skate, representing Canada, Shae-Lynn Bourne, Viktor Kraatz.
Back at Nations Cup here in Gelsenkirchen, Germany, Terry Gannon, Susie, Wynne ringside as Shae-Lynn Bourne and Viktor Kraatz take the ice here in the original dance. The 4-time world bronze medalist out the latter part of last year because of the knee surgery that Shae-Lynn had.
They're opening up with a quick step. Quick step is characterized by a smooth gliding quality. And they have the knees for it. This is some hard footwork because a lot of what they're doing, right here you'll see they go into a low line right in here. That's tough to stay balanced and then keep up the speed and unison. Very well done.
The defending champion of this event last year, they won here in Germany, coming off a bronze medal at Skate America to open up this season. And I know you, talking to you, watching them skate, you see an improvement and a difference in their skating.
Absolutely. They've come back on the scene very refreshed. They seem happy again and really enjoying their skating and partnership. The choreography this year has really become more difficult, and they're really handling that difficulty, no problem. This is the dance spin. The only requirement is that it has to rotate 3 times. Enjoyed that. I thought that was a real step up from last year. And at Skate America, they had a fall. Viktor fell in the straight line footwork. Much improvement.
Well, last season, you mentioned Cup of Russia earlier when Fusar-Poli and Margaglio really took their spot and skated past them. And they were not subtle about voicing their displeasure with the judges and the world of ice dance at that point, but trying to get back to that level that got them 4 world bronze medals, and they're skating very well so far this season. Shae-Lynn Bourne and Viktor Kraatz.
And what's great about Shae-Lynn and Winkler this season is they've come back refreshed, they're exciting, they have a renewed spirit about them. Here in the required spin, a nice shape, well done, good speed, their unison's improved, lots of fun. You got to check out this determination. Shae-Lynn's going to give Barbara Fusar-Poli a run for her money.
So now their marks, and we'll see if they can overtake Drobiazko and Vanagas at the top. Remember, they're in third after the compulsories. 5.4 to 5.7 composition.
Well, it's hard. It's like apples and oranges. These teams are so well matched. It's tough. I could go either way.
And now the presentation mark, Susie.
Well, these look nice. I'm sure they're happy with the 5.7s. Again, big step up from last year.
But they are in second place, right behind the Lithuanians at this point. Gelsenkirchen, Germany, nighttime here in the western part of the country. And a reminder, we're back with you from St. Petersburg, Russia for Cup of Russia next week, December 4th, right here on ESPN. Sarah Hughes, Sasha Cohen of the U.S., Michael Weiss for the men take on a top international field. Coverage of the short programs begins at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. For more, log on to ESPN.com. The original dance continues now with the team from France in 5th place after the compulsory dance, Isabelle Delobel and Olivier Schoenfelder. The French silver medalists.
We're starting off with a little foxtrot to Unforgettable. Oh dear, a fall and a separation, that really breaks the momentum in this dance. It's like watching Fred and Ginger go down.
Well, that just doesn't happen.
Now they've chosen to do their straight line footwork during the slower tempo, and you can see there another falter from Isabelle. It's hard to make footwork look interesting when it's moving slow. It's got to go lickety-split.
Now, when you watch this team, Susie, and besides the fall early in the program, but this is the team ranked well below the ones that we've seen already. The visible differences that you see, what are they?
Well, the one thing I do like about them, I think they're aggressive. They do attack their choreography and their movement. They just don't seem to have the control. And what I would say is they skate a little further apart than the other teams. And that just doesn't help them with their posturing and positioning.
Finished 11th at the World Championships last season.
You know, they're really a nice couple with a lot of potential. They're just a little flat, and they've made some mistakes. It's their first time competing this year, so I'm sure they'll work that out throughout the season.
French silver medalists right behind the world champion. Tennessine Pejara won the gold medal, of course, in France. Isabelle Delobel and Olivier Schoenfelder. We're coming back with the team in the lead after the compulsory dances. The reigning world silver medalists Fusar-Poli and Margaglio of Italy skate next.
Next couple to skate, representing Italy, Barbara Fusar-Poli, Maurizio Margaglio.
You're looking at the reigning world silver medalists from Italy, Barbara Fusar-Poli and Maurizio Margaglio. They have their eyes on the top spot this year at the World Championships. They're in first place after the compulsory dance here, and they come off of a win in the Grand Prix opener at Skate America. By the way, Delobel and Schoenfelder received marks ranging from 4.7 up to 5.4 overall, putting them in fourth place at this point.
Now, what's so great about their dancing? They're skating close together. They have very proper ballroom holds. This is very much the character of the quick step. Light and bright. Great unison. Now they blend right into a very traditional foxtrot.
Barbara was married in the off-season to her longtime boyfriend, Diego Catani, who was an Olympic gold medalist in speed skating. Took some time off, and actually they were behind their training time coming into the year.
The ice so well, corner to corner. They really maintain their flow. That's hard to do when the steps are fast and tight.
Is that the biggest smile in history?
You know, Barbara loves skating, and so does Maurizio. They really have a joy when they come to the ice, and that's refreshing. They've got it right. This dance is really right on top.
Well, we mentioned the gold medal at Skate America, but they didn't exactly light the world on fire. You think they were much better here? They looked very good in the original dance.
They said that they lost a little bit of timing because of the wedding and vacation, and so they're making up for that lost time.
Barbara Fusar-Poli, Maurizio Margaglio of Italy, the world silver medalist.
Now, their lifts are a little bit more traditional to match the traditional nature of their musical choices. So this wouldn't be the most difficult lift, but it certainly suited the music. And here you really get a good feeling of quick step. Watch the unison. This is typical ballroom dancing on ice, but what's so great about them is they have great unison, great partnering, good stuff.
5-9.
Spent so much time on the ice picking up all the flowers, they haven't made it back to the kiss and cry area yet for the marks. Composition 5.7 to 5.9.
Well, these are some nice marks. They do have difficulty in their choreography, in their footwork series, and these marks make sense.
And presentation of 5.8, the rest 5.9s across the board. So Fusar-Poli and Margaglio back on top. They're in the lead once again. Up next, the reigning German national champions take the ice. Kati, Winkler, and René Lohse as Nations Cup continues. Back at Nations Cup, the original dance comes down to the final team taking the ice. Fusar-Poli Margaglio lead over Drobiazko and Vanagas, then Bourne and Kraatz of Canada. But here are the German national champions, Kati, Winkler, and René Lohse.
I get the feeling we're in for some fun, Terry.
Yeah.
skaters haven't chosen this rhythm, so a little different. It's fun. Very good footwork. You start off with a lot of speed and end with equal speed, and that's impressive.
There's no question they've led the way in terms of ice dance here in Germany. When they began skating, they learned the sport out of the ISU rule book. It really didn't exist in what was then East Germany, where they lived. Chemnitz, which is formerly known as Karl Marxstadt.
They're often skating in closed position, which is more difficult, keeps them closer together, keeps their body lines in unison. Fun. Not only was the choreography interesting, they really stuck to the theme, and they're having a good time. Good theatrics as well.
They were in fourth coming in. You think Bourne and Kratz's third place is in jeopardy?
It may be. I would guess so.
The home crowd would say yes at this point. Kati, Winkler, and René Lohse.
What makes this footwork sequence effective is they go in with a lot of speed, not from a stop position. So the flow is impressive. Both are very good skaters. You can see their unison. Difficult footwork, changes of edge, and a little fun to boot. Now they're a tall team, but their lifts are very nice, very secure. A lot of flexibility there.
So we'll see what happens now. The first set for composition, 5.4, the low mark. The crowd doesn't like that, but up to a 5.7.
Well, these are some nice marks. It looks like they might pull over the Canadians.
And now presentation, 5.6s, 5.7s. You're absolutely right. That's exactly what they have done. Winkler and Lohse into third place. It bumps Bourne and Kraatz now down to fourth. But the overall leaders, Fusar-Poli and Margaglio from Italy over Drobiazko and Vanagas. Make sure you're with us for the finals. The free dance comes your way Friday evening along with the finals for the pairs competition. We'll be with you over on Lifetime starting at 9 o'clock Eastern.